Hello, this is Light and Bone Tarot, and you are here for a reading, so thank you so much. I am excited to read for you. I am doing this reading about fall, so it's basically called Fall Yeah, and really it's going to be like fun stuff to look forward to. It's something you can look forward to in fall, and we'll see. I hope it all has good, exciting messages, something to just get you excited about the change of season. I know for some people, it's like you're either super excited to get rid of the heat and those like dog days of summer seem to kind of drag on, or you're one of those people who just dreads fall because then with fall comes winter and that whole thing. So I don't know, whatever camp you're in, I hope you enjoyed this video and it gives you something to look forward to. So we have 4 different tarot decks here. This is for you to take a look at, and you're going to pick the card and crystal that jumps out at you. I'll zoom in on this a little bit. And yeah, basically it's picking the one that speaks to you, and then you're going to jump to your timestamp in the comments, and that is going to be your reading about fall. So look forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun reading. I hope it's I hope it's positive and exciting and something you enjoy. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Goodbye. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. We are doing a reading. It's basically to get you excited about fall. We're going to try to uncover something good that you can expect with this new season that is very quickly approaching. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Before I get into the tarot piece, I'm going to put this over here. I've got these, they're called Astral House cards. There's only 6 of them. There are generally 12 houses, but this deck comes with these 6 cards, and they each represent something you'd want to like strive for, something that should be coming your way, or like something that you would be excited if it came your way. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to pick one of these, and I really think this is what you can look forward to this fall. And these are all very, very good things. So let's just see what comes over here. And this is success. So nothing not to love about this. I don't know what the success means to you. This could be, actually it could be broad. It could be success in a relationship, success in a career, success in a job. But when I think of success, actually I almost want to have to pull another one because I want to do success in a certain capacity. So I'm going to pull over one more of these because I'm not sure what or where I see this going. So, okay, so success in your career. And I did see this as success in a not necessarily like romantic area. Not to say you couldn't have success in romance, but like I just saw this as being more of a career-based success. So I'm going to put these here because it does look like fall is going to bring in some kind of success in your career. And yeah, let's get a little bit more about this. I want to see in a card you right now, just one card. And we're going to get some information on this as well. This is going to be a slightly different reading than anyone I've done before, but let's see. This is you in a card right now, 7 of Swords. If I see you in the 7 of Swords in one card, it's not necessarily a warm, fuzzy feeling. You might feel, I guess you could feel almost like, I mean, beat down is kind of an extreme thing to say, but you might feel like everything's like the odds have been stacked against you. Like maybe you're not necessarily seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. This definitely makes me think of, it's almost like someone who's been like tricked or frauded, but I don't necessarily know if that's the application I see of it. It's more of like, things just haven't been amazing for you. Things just haven't been completely working out. Maybe you feel like you've been, I don't know, like almost robbed of a good opportunity, or just kind of like tricked or swindled in some way. And if we look at your success and career that would be coming your way in fall, or success in a career, I feel like if this is you right now, seeing these 2 cards here would make you very happy. You would feel like I'm ready for success in my career. So I am going to keep these. I really want you to be able to see these, but I always perpetually have a glare on my card. So sorry about that, but this is success and this is career. Yeah, so 7 of Swords. Things might not be, I don't know that you're out there just having the time of your life right now. I think you're a little, things are heavy, they're intense, they're just not fun. And honestly, you could use a break. So let's see what you can look forward to in fall. We're just going to get right into this. What can you look forward to in fall? What's coming your way? 5 of Wands, Ace of Swords, and 3 of Wands. Definitely passion, definitely like action. Things are actually starting to happen. If this last season, let's say, felt stagnant or felt kind of almost like there's just been this slump, this ick that hangs over it, this just malaise where like nothing really exciting or wonderful, or just like you just haven't been spellbound by anything, I feel like this is kind of like it's gonna lift. And with that, things are gonna start happening. I think you're gonna actually get inspired. You're gonna feel pretty woken up. Yeah, like you're just gonna want to wake up and kind of seize the day, whereas I don't know that you've really felt that inspiration, or maybe you did that so much and nothing really came of it and it's left you in that slump. But I just think you're gonna get this charge back. And truly, when I see this success in career, I think this is something you've been working at or towards for a while, and it's finally going to pay off this fall. I don't necessarily, that's how I see it. It could be something that you just do. It could be like an account that out of the clear blue sky, perhaps you land in the fall, or it could be something that you've never thought of doing and you try it and you have tremendous success. But my gut tells me it's more of something you've been working on and working towards, and maybe even it's kind of something that's contributed to this slump that you've been in, and it actually is going to take off. But I do think you're going to feel energized, you're going to feel passion, things are going to start to happen, and your mind is going to start feeling a little bit more engaged. If you've been feeling like maybe you're in this kind of fog, this brain fog, if you like, maybe you've even caught yourself having these moments where like things are just like you just feel like your brain isn't quite working as efficiently as it should. I don't know. I think things are going to start to really start clicking for you in an exciting way. And this is good. You need to be kind of like shook up a little bit. And I think fall is really going to shake things up for you. Okay, so let's see what you're going to be able to leave behind. Like, what have you been dealing with that you're going to get to leave behind in fall? So let's see what you really just don't have to deal with anymore. Okay, 6 of Swords. Let's see, can you see this? Yeah, kind of. All right, 6 of Swords and Heart of Wands. Okay, and the Star. These aren't bad cards, so I'm gonna have to think on like what I think this message means. But I really think you have been kind of spinning your wheels. I think you've been almost like aggressively going after something. I think you have given a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of resources to this one thing. And I do think that this one thing for you was almost like maybe a way out. It was going to be your kind of golden opportunity, your door that you've been waiting to open. Like you've maybe put a lot of eggs in one basket regarding this thing. And I bet you this has been stressing you out and probably left you just wiped out. Maybe this thing that you've been working so hard on is something that like you really thought was going to transpire and be more of a thing by now. And we're here to say that you will indeed see this success regarding this. And I do think it's regarding your career, your prosperity, your kind of place in this professional world, and, you know, connected to all your earnings and all your material possessions. I really think you're going to see success. And yeah, I hope this speaks to you. I hope it gets you excited, because it's a nice message. It's a nice thing. Because with this comes more money. With that comes more, you know, just a higher vibration, more excitement. You're more engaged. You're like more locked in. You're more present, and everything kind of clicks. It's this like wonderful effect of just positive things clicking after this. So, okay, let me see something that you really want out of this, that I also think something we can look forward to, but I just want to see something you really want to happen, and we'll get a gauge on this, and then we'll get some input from Spirit on that. So in one card, we've got 10 of Pentacles. So this is absolutely, I mean, this is like the pinnacle of the Pentacles. This is the card that kind of spells out like success. You've made it. It's been a long ass journey. You've put a lot into this. This has been like the long game you've been on, but you really want to see this through. You really want to see this finish. You really want this success. You want things to kind of peak. And it does. It speaks to the energy you've put into this, the time, the hope, the thinking that maybe a long time ago things were going to happen. And maybe even with the Seven of Swords, you've kind of gotten to a place where you're like, do I start cutting corners? Like, what is actually going to happen to make this work? But I really think that this Ten of Pentacles is absolutely achievable for you. This is clearly a message saying like this success is going to make everything fall in line for you. I mean, it could be everything in every aspect of your life, but really this is about your place in this world as far as like work and earnings go. And for you, I do think it has a lot to do with money. I'll be honest. I think there's definitely this desire to make money that is coming through, but I also think it's you finding what gets you, what drives you, what is something you could see yourself doing for the next 50 years, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, whatever it is. Like, what is your contribution and how are you going to make that work for you? So yes, we have success coming to you this fall. I want to get, I'm going to get these, it's from the same deck. They don't look like this, but they're just these kind of insight cards. They have one word on them, much like these, and they just spell out like maybe a situation or something. So I want to get input as to how will you know this is starting to happen, because fall is like every other season, 3 months. And, you know, is this going to happen on the last day of fall, or what are some signs where you're going to like know that you can get out of this slump? The good is coming. So let's get one sign for that. Grapes. And this is time to go out and have fun. So I will say that if you start to feel like, I don't know, like the curse is being lifted, like you actually can enjoy yourself, or maybe you get that feeling where you're like, oh, I really want to go to that party. Like I want to go to that. I mean, and by party, I don't know, that could mean so many different things, but like, I want to go to that pumpkin carving event. I want to go to that, whatever. Like, I feel like you're going to hit a point where you are ready to, just engage and have fun and probably be a little more carefree. And so when you feel that happening, and I actually think this is going to happen as a result of you seeing little milestones, like hitting little milestones, checking boxes, you're going to feel this kind of like, oh, I know I'm right there. It's right in front of me. And you might not even notice those little things, or you might even like not want to put too much in them and have them, like, you don't want to get your hopes up. But if you feel with those little kind of blessings, if you will, that you start to feel like maybe you want to go out and have dinner, you want to open that bottle of champagne that's been in your fridge for 2 years, like whatever it is, just know like this is definitely a sign that you're going to see some you're going to hit some milestones in your career, and it's going to basically be you're going to be successful. And I guess I can't put a word with that because I don't know what that means for each person watching this, but it's definitely a good thing. It's exciting. I see the work you've put into this, the time, the energy, like the hope. I feel like you hitting this success is something you've wanted so bad. It's your dream, it's your wish, it's the thing you really want. And I really do feel like fall is a time where things are going to start to pay off for you. I want to get just a good luck charm from Spirit. So again, this is just, we'll see how this tracks, but it's going to be something that you're going to, maybe it's a sign, maybe it's something you see in the clouds, maybe it's a feeling, maybe it's a dream you have, but it's a good luck charm from Spirit. So let's take this. This is Tankard, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. And it's funny because this is obviously another card geared towards celebration. This looks like something that like, and I could so totally be off here, but like something I don't know, like a warrior of some sort would drink beer or like ale out of, or mead or whatever. I just think that you definitely have something regarding celebration coming your way. And like I said, once you find yourself in that mix, things have already started clicking for you. So yeah, I don't know if something about this thing that has to do with like just enjoying yourself, and this could be drinking with friends. There's just this sense of fun and enjoyment. Again, time to go out and have fun. Celebration, fun, enjoyment. There's a very clear message here, but those would be your signs that things are happening. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was not about love or relationships, but I mean, being successful in your career, feeling good in your career absolutely strengthens any relationship you're in. And as for the relationships you aren't in, it brings those people to you because you just feel so much better, so much more confident, and quite frankly, because you have more resources. So that's always important. And I hope you like this. If you like this reading, please like, comment, subscribe, do whatever feels good. But I would love your interaction. So thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful fall and watch other readings. I feel like I'm going to do a lot of readings on fall because I really do enjoy fall. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is a reading about fall. It's a reading that is supposed to get you excited about fall, and just we're going to get insight one way or the other. So if you've been wondering what you can look forward to this fall, hopefully this reading answers those questions for you. And the last reading was a lot of fun, so I'm hopeful. Okay, before we get into the tarot part, I've got this new oracle deck, and so there's these 6 cards here, and they all have sort of positive like themes, like love, success, I don't know, I think marriage, career. So I'm going to pull one of these, and if I need to pull 2, I will, but this is really going to be, I think, the theme of what you can look forward to this fall. Oh my gosh. And you know, bear with me, like if marriage comes up and you're already married, like let's see, it could be a marriage of partnerships, or, you know, we'll get into it. But anyway, okay, so the first one for you is marriage. How funny is that? Okay, I'm going to do one more because let's say you are married and you're like, that's stupid, I'm already married. Let's get another one, wealth. So, you know, these are all so good that it's like you really couldn't go wrong, but we'll try to tell an interesting story around it all the same. Let's just say you're not married and you want to get married, and for, you know, the few people watching that you're about to get married, I would say fall could absolutely bring in your marriage. Definitely something there. Wealth, obviously a tremendous card. But if I don't take these literally, and I would really love to take these literally, but I feel like unlike the last reading, I just can't take these too literally. I really will take them slightly abstract, and the message is still very, very positive. I would say there's going to be some kind of a partnership. It could be romantic or unromantic, depending on your situation, that will bring you truly what is important to you, what defies or quantifies like wealth, success, happiness. What does this mean for you? So some kind of partnership that in turn stabilizes or like brings in the things that you're wanting. And let me see your current, let me see you in one card, and we're going to get some information on this, because this is absolutely a positive message coming, but there's more to it. It's more abstract than the last pile. So I think there's going to be some interesting like messages here, but let's see you in one card right now. And you are the 10 of Wands. So it's a heavy card. It doesn't look like a heavy card here, but the 10 of Wands it's burden. It's being kind of bogged down. It's that sense of like forever running up a hill, carrying a big load, a big weight. Is there a payoff? Like there's definitely success in this, and there's beauty, as you can see, in these kind of like vibrant white flowers, but it is a heavy load. It's a cross to bear of sorts. So who knows what this means, but I mean, for me, what I'm getting out of this is this marriage, this wealth, this coming together, this connection that fall is going to bring for you, that's going to bring in the things that you've wanted. I think this is going to be a huge relief for you. It will be a burden or a weight lifted. So that could mean so many things, but let's get a little bit more, because this is definitely more more abstract. I want to see your current situation in 2 cards, and then we're going to see what fall directly can bring in for you. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got 7 of Wands. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune, for what I see it here, it's a little bit of risk, it's a little bit of karma, it's almost a little bit of a gamble. It's absolutely that like things could work out or they could not. It's I don't know, there's this sense of like, I'm trying to look at this, and the 7 of Wands is also, it's a card of like standing your ground. To me, it goes very much with this 10 of Wands, which is that burden. It's that like, I'm in it this far, I'm gonna ride this out, I'm gonna stick with this. Okay, let's say you're like, what the hell is she talking about? Where are we going with this? Here's the message I see, because it does take sometimes a minute for me to get into it. But I think you have been burdened with something. You've really wanted something. You've definitely gone after something. When maybe it's been for the whole year, maybe it's been for the last 2 months. I don't know, but it's something that you have been chasing, pursuing, actively going after. I think it's probably been completely exhausted. I think it's been taxing. I think it's taken a lot out of you. And I definitely think there are times where you're like, I am just going to give up on this. This is not worth it. This is quite frankly taking too much out of me and exhausting all my resources. And this is the Wheel of Fortune card that I see, where you were like, I don't even know if this is worth it. I don't even know if I should keep doing this. What's the payoff? Is that like so many questions around what's the reward versus what's the cost? Like, I just really think that you have been so perplexed as to if this thing you want to go after is even worth it. But we have these 2 cards up here, marriage and wealth. And I'd like to think that this is to tell you, you know what? Against all the odds, because I think they were stacked against you at one time, I do think this is worth it. I do think this partnership that you're pursuing in whatever way will garner the results you want. I really do think there is something in you partnering, teaming up, doing something, and that is going to pay off. And you know what, this marriage, let's say this whole partnership and teaming up thing has nothing to do with your situation and doesn't apply to you at all. Maybe it's a marriage of you marrying like your, I don't know, your talent with your good looks, or your creativity with your numbers game, or whatever. Like, maybe there's something you've combined and married 2 things that will pay off for you. And I feel like I'm reaching here, but also there's something to this. There's something that you have like put all your eggs in this basket. You're waiting for this reward. And I do think that it's going to happen. I think you've been very close to quitting this. And I think that even hearing this message, you're probably like, well, I'll freaking believe it when I see it, because this has been a lot to deal with. But we're going to get some fun cards, hopefully, about what, just straight up what to expect this fall, because this is positive. It's positive, but I really think you were close to, like I said, like pulling the cord or something at some point. Okay, so what, just straightforward, what can you expect? What can you look forward to this fall? And, you know, hopefully it pertains to this message somehow. Okay, so we have the Hangman, the 9 of Cups, which is a great card, and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. You can look forward to a lot. Here's the thing with the Hangman. I see the Hangman, which came up first, as a card saying you can look forward to actually starting to make some pretty decisive decisions and actions. If you feel like you have been in this state of wait, this limbo, this like always assessing things, always contemplating, always sizing up the situation, like if you've been in this, oh my God, is it going to work out? Let me crunch the numbers. Let me analyze the data kind of thing that's been going on forever. In other words, you're just always like analyzing things. There's nothing really like, you haven't been celebrating. You haven't been like getting rewarded with anything. I do think that things are going to start happening. You're going to do a 180, in other words, and there's going to be a lot of action. And this really, I don't know if this has to do with a romantic relationship or if it has to do with actually something like tangible, money, success, career. But it is to say that like this, whether it's been a roller coaster, whether it's just been this kind of like hellacious ride that you've been on, I do think it's going to end. And I think you personally, you are going to do, again, that 180. Things are going to change for you. You're going to see things differently. You're going to act differently. You're going to react differently. All these things are going to kind of change for you. And it is as a result of just good tidings, good things happening. And this is exciting. Okay, so we have these two very, very good cards flanking your Hanged Man, and this is the Nine of Cups, which I love because it's just, they call it the wish card. It's about things happening. It's what you want. Yes, it's happening. It's coming to you. And the Ten of Pentacles is also so much about like family, happiness, completion, more love, more success, more career-based achievements. Just really, really like really checking those boxes, like really hitting your mark, and just, yeah, finding your stride. And it's funny, the more I talk about this, the more I kind of stare at this. I do think this has to do with like a romantic energy or piece for you. I do think there's something circulating around like a romantic connection that you hope to see in, but I do think that this will finally bring you that happiness, that wealth of goodness and spirit and joy that you have been seeking and that you've been kind of deliriously pursuing. So let's just move forward knowing that things are either romantically or professionally really going to click for you this fall. Okay, I want to know, how are you going to know that this is happening? What's kind of like a sign from spirit that things are starting to click for you and that you can, I don't know, just relax and start to do that 180, start to like pull yourself out of this sort of stuck position you've been in, but also working very hard. Okay, Three of Wands, lots of wands here. There's a lot of action and fire on the table, a lot of passion, a lot of like movement. Okay, so when you start to, this is like that new perspective, taking a new angle, a new stance, a new direction. This is you abandoning this hangman laying in wait and actually like pursuing this new path. So when you realize like, oh my God, I just did that differently than I've done in the last, I don't know, few months or year or whatever. And this has to do with like a romance or like something in regards to a relationship that you want to see come to the next level. Perhaps you have a little bit of an argument and you just realize that you handled it completely differently. Or perhaps you give your partner like an element of grace that you wouldn't have maybe done. There's something you're going to do differently, and it's going to be like an action. You're going to realize after you did it, like, oh my God, I just handled that situation completely differently. I really think this is a sign that things are going to start changing, and that change is going to bring in all that excitement, all that goodness, and we'll call it the marriage and the wealth that we see coming your way this fall. So, when you mentally, physically catch yourself doing something differently, this is a message from spirit that like, okay, get ready for the change because you have changed. And maybe you know this is something you need to switch up. Maybe already you're like, oh, I know I've been needing to change that. Maybe it's a little pattern, a little habit. It's a little thing that would have big implications, like big positive implications. I don't even know if implications has like a negative connotation to it. That might be the wrong word, but it would positively affect a situation or an outcome that you haven't necessarily done before. Okay, I'm gonna get these cards are similar to, they're the same deck, but these are just like random little messages that are going to give me just more input from spirit, again, like a sign that this is starting to happen, that, you know, the ground beneath you is starting to shake, that you are ready for this. I feel like it's just this prolific change. It's like this kind of like metamorphosis, or like you'll be emerging from your cocoon. And I think it'll be somewhat cathartic. I think you're gonna realize like, oh my God, I'm a changed person. And as a result of that, things are changing around me. So what's a sign that this is gonna be happening? And it's ant. Work, achievement, success. So we can take this as like, I don't know, maybe you will wake up one day and there'll be a million ants on your counter. And something to do with an ant, either like seeing an ant, encountering an ant, I don't know, having your kid ask you for an ant farm, something to do with an ant, or really just that, what ants represent, that work, achievement, success, which is kind of vague. So let's get one more sign, because or maybe you're motivated. Maybe this is also like you have this just rush of motivation hit you that's been kind of stagnant for a while. So maybe it's one morning you wake up and you're like, I am just ready to go. I'm going to tackle these emails. I'm going to do this. Or if this is a relationship, it's something that your partner's really been wanting from you, something that you've been putting off, something you haven't wanted to do. And this is you like kind of charging it and doing it and killing it. Yeah, so that's also a sign. Like, this is good, things are on the way. Let's get one more kind of like gift from spirit. Also a sign, what can you look forward to? What can, like, just another token of like, look out for this. A feather. And it's funny because this is, unlike the last pile, these are two things that I feel like you would look out for. These things actually like look out for them, but a feather would be another sign that that you're on the right path and things are happening, and this thing that you want is starting to come to you. And the words here are someone you know is undependable and insincere. That is, I don't love this message at all, but I do like the idea of you laying eyes on a feather and seeing that as an actual sign. But the meaning of this card, which we don't have to take it literally, but I don't know why feather is associated with someone that you would know that is undependable or insincere, but maybe you do come into some information that is eye-opening, and perhaps the way you handle that, the way you tackle that, maybe you team up with your person and you really like manage, like just kind of tackle and this together, and maybe it's that little like exercise of doing that brings you guys closer, and then before you know it, the thing that you've been wanting to happen. So I don't know, but maybe some stress with a friend or someone could, in a weird way, because I don't want that to happen, but could lead to like a stronger bond between you and your person, or something to do with strengthening a bond or a connection with work or a client or something along those lines. But we definitely have good things coming to you in fall. And this is a little bit about your current situation and what you can look out for and get a sign from. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I would love for you to please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever feels good. And I look forward to reading for you again. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Tarot, thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is a reading about fall, and it's really going to be about what you can look forward to this fall, what's coming your way, what's exciting. And yeah, the last two readings were interesting and great, and I hope the same for this one. So we're going to start it by getting into, we'll do the tarot in a moment, but we're going to get into these cards. I'm going to pick one or two of these. These are really they're all overwhelmingly positive messages. There's 6 cards here. And you really can't go wrong with these, but they're going to, for the sake of this reading, it's going to like shape what I see happening to you this fall. And we'll get into some details of like how you'll know it's coming, what to expect, all that good stuff. So we'll see if we need one or two. It depends. We've got career, and I'm going to pull one more over and see what we can get the message of here. And wealth. Okay. So not so much about romance. It doesn't mean at all that you can't come into, any kind of romantic energy you want. But this reading is saying that like in fall, you really are going to see probably your career take off or explode in some way. And then to see the wealth card with this this has to be a pretty welcome message. I would love to get this message. Let's put it that way. So we're going to ask a little bit from spirit to get some tarot going for you, and just get somewhere on this and what you can expect and what this means, and what to look forward to. So I want to see you in one card right now just to see where you're at. And we have the Queen of Wands. This is a very much, it's a strong, it is a healthy, a vibrant, very like self-aware kind of bad bitch energy. This isn't, so if this is you right now, this is someone who there's absolute confidence here. Like, I think or you've always known that whatever endeavor you're working on, it's going to make you a lot of money. You're going to be successful. It's going to work, whatever that is, whatever you're in. I mean, it can be anything from like real estate to some entrepreneurial endeavor, like an investment that you've made into something, or just climbing some kind of ladder in some capacity at work. It is you knowing that this was always going to pay off. And I love to say, and I hope it's true, that fall is the season for you where you do really start to see it pay off. And I guess wealth can mean so many things, but I definitely think that you're going to see like a financial piece of this get you where you want. But I don't think you've been questioning this. I just think you've been, based off of this one card, or you're naturally a very confident, like secure person, but I don't think you've lost sleep over this necessarily. But we'll see. I want to see you, well, I'm going to leave this here. I want to see 2 more cards about who you are and where you're at right now. Okay, 7 of Pentacles, absolutely putting in the work. And I do think you're skillful. I think you're, okay, let's see. 6 of Cups. I mean, if I had to guess or assume, which I guess I'm doing both at this point, I would say that you are pursuing something that has like a creative piece to it. Like maybe a part of this is like your own art, your own, you know, soulful input of some sort. Something that you're doing where you're just showing off your own skills or talent. I mean, it could be anything from like making breads to painting pictures to, I guess, selling something in a way that you're very like, just like, it's your art, it's your gift, and you're putting it out there and it's on display. I think it makes you happy to do this. I think it's something you always enjoy doing. That's what the 6 of Cups cards is to me. Like, this is something, it's a passion project for you. But if that's correct, this passion project will pay off, and you will see this start to pay off in fall. My gut tells me that this will just be the beginning of this paying off. I don't think you're gonna like peak in fall and never, and I think that fall is going to like kick this off for you. But you very likely have a very long, successful road ahead of you. So, yeah, and why I get that message so intensely, I'm not sure. I just feel like you're starting something that is creative. It is you putting yourself out there, and I do think that fall, it's gonna pay off for you. So, okay, let me see something you can absolutely look forward to this fall, and it could, you know, be totally off topic, but let's see what, in 3 cards, what can you look forward to this fall? Like, what's some good stuff coming your way? So we have the 2 of Wands, we have the Page of Cups, and we have the 3 of Wands. Yeah, the 2 of Wands could be a card to say that you'd be partnering with someone, that there'd be that romantic quality there. But either way, it's more of a confidence to me. It's more of like things are starting to happen. Things are starting to click. There's this jumping off. This, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm charging ahead. It's kind of like to me, there's this almost like this full steam ahead. Putting plans in motion, putting pen to paper, like just inspiration, excitement, action, passion, everything. So this could absolutely be applied to this kind of career wealth that you're going to see, or if it tracks for something to do with a relationship, I could see that as well. Page of Cups, it's like this little hippie child. There's this magic here. There's everything kind of flowery and fun, excited. This also to me has a kind of romantic quality to it. And 3 of Wands, I kind of like that that's following the 2 of Wands, because this does make me think that things are truly taking off for you. There is this adventure. And I will say these 3 cards combined in this way does give me a sense that something romantically is also going to take off for you as well. I get the feeling that it's a relationship you're already in, and you're going to get to see that maybe go in like a deeper direction or go to a new height or something. I just feel like there's something to do here. There's a romantic quality to this. There's also something blooming for you in love and romance. And I do think it's something that's already been in the works, but if not, maybe it's with someone that you know, like someone comes back into your world who you've had something with in the past. There's just this sense of a strengthening of a bond or a relationship. And I absolutely get this warm, fuzzy, like romantic, like kind of loved up feel to this, like almost this magical feeling. This is very much romance to me. So I would say fall could bring for you this career like path and projection, which will bring in actually money that you probably need to see and have been wanting to see. However, you haven't been worried about it. You know, you've always known this is happening. And I do think that you're going to see something to do with like romance as well. But you're so balanced. You're so secure. You might be fiery and passionate and over the top and all this, like even hot and cold, but you really know who you are. You go after what you want. You just don't waver. There's something very solid and secure and like thorough in you. Like you're just someone who goes after what they want. And I just think fall is when these things are going to finally start to happen for you, as you knew they would. So I like the energy here. So hold on to that kind of positive confidence that you sort of exude. Okay, I'm going to get one card to say, what can you look forward to? Like in a card, this is kind of like a gift. Like what can you look forward to in a card? King of Pentacles. I will say that like this is you just continuing to be the boss. This is you continuing to kill it, to succeed. But also there's this goodness here. There's this person who is, you know, who has that north-facing moral compass. Like there's something very solid, reliable. It's a respectable situation, place to be, person. There's something very good about you. There's an honesty to you. I don't think you're like pure and chaste and like absolutely perfect. I think you are fiery and passionate and probably have said and done the wrong things many times, but I just think you like back up your actions and you're very secure in who you are. Okay, so I'm gonna get these two cards to highlight like, how are you gonna know when this is coming your way? Because you have been anticipating this. You've known it's coming your way, but fall is 3 months. So how are you gonna know? What's a sign that things are starting to really click for you, that this sort of passion project of yours is going to grow legs and really take off? So we have purse, and this says pay attention to your finances. You know, maybe you do, I don't think this means you'll be short of finances, but maybe there's something where like, I don't know, maybe you'll get an advertisement to open a business checking account, or maybe something to do with finances, whether it's an email, whether it's someone calling you, whether you realize like really one day you're like, I'm going to go to the bank today and I don't know, open this account or start a savings account or something like that. Like if you all of a sudden, freaking mosquito, if you all of a sudden realize that money's on your mind in a way that maybe it wasn't before, then I think this is a sign that things are truly about to take off. So this is absolutely a good omen. It's there for a reason, and I think it will even like be the precursor to, oh my gosh, now all this money just came in, as I knew it would, as it should, and good, I've already got this in line. I just talked to someone about this. I just made this investment. I just moved this around, or whatever it is. Like, I just think this is kind of a sign that that's how things are going to happen. And I'm going to get one more card kind of the same. This is going to be a gift from spirit. Again, something to look forward to, something to kind of like nudge you. This is just a gift from spirit. And we have Skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. This is the second pile where the gift from spirit is like, oh, that's not quite what I'd hoped for. Well, I'll tell you this. It is Halloween in fall. And so if there was one season where you would encounter a skull, it would absolutely be fall. So yeah, I'm sure you'll see tons of skulls, but hidden secrets can harm you. I don't know, take this with a grain of salt. I mean, obviously a hidden secret can harm you. That's just, there's a million different scenarios where a hidden secret could harm you. But I guess do the digging. If there's something that you feel like you need to look into, or if maybe you had a gut feeling that like, I don't know, there was just something else to the story, some other piece, some whatever, look into that. And this could, there's no, There's no dark message here at all. It's more of like a heads up, like, hey, look into that. If you have a question, if you want an answer, if you're seeking the truth on something, get to the bottom of it. So this could be something so simple, but it's just finding that answer. And again, these are all the things that are going to lead you to this like overwhelming success. And yes, I also think what you seek, what you've been looking for in regards to love, relationships, next step with this kind of thing is also going to transpire and fall. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm going to wrap it up here, but we have some messages, some signs, and just an overall very like positive message. Yeah, and if you liked this, even if you didn't, please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you can, whatever feels good. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to reading for you again. Thank you. Goodbye. It's Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. We are doing a reading. It's about fall. Fall's right around the corner. I think it's like a day away, or it's like, yeah, it's right here basically. And this is a reading to tell you what you can look forward to, what's going to happen this fall that you can actually look forward to. And the hope is that it's something you've been working towards and wanting, and something you've been, sincerely on track to kind of receive this year. So, okay, we're going to pull over these. Before I do tarot, I've been using these cards. They're these 6, they call them astral house cards, even though there are technically 12 houses. This deck comes with these 6 cards. They're all like very positive messages, and I am going to pull over 1 or 2 to see like what fall brings for you. So we've got happiness, and it's funny, I could turn over another card and it would tell me where this happiness would be. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to find out, because it's going to tell me probably if this happiness is love or if it's success, what it is. And I feel like, is there any other kind? Okay, love. So yeah, this is and now I guess we could say like this could be family, this could be relatives, loved ones, or this could just be straight up like romantic love. But this is a very beautiful omen. So hopefully you weren't here looking for the pile to say that you're going to be, a gazillionaire this fall, but instead you're going to be very rich in love. But I really do, this is obviously a positive message and exciting for anyone who wants to be happy in love. But yeah, it looks like fall's gonna bring that in for you. So let's get a little bit more. I wanna see you right now in 1 card, and then get your kind of like general vibe and energy and see where we're at. So this is you in 1 card. Oh, and we have the 10 of Swords. So I hate that this is you in 1 card. However, I will say that this is really truly gonna lift, because just to turn over the happiness first card, there's nothing happy about the 10 of Swords. This is the only happiness I can find in this, is knowing that it's the 10, it's the end, and there's a new start and a new beginning. So this could absolutely be like, look, this door is closing, this is over, this, there's going to be a rebirth. This part of you that was like just kind of tormented or shattered or in pain or whatever it is will absolutely be gone. But I would say right now, or in the very recent past, you've probably been tormented in some way. And I would have to say there's a gist here about like something to do with love. There's been a pain there. But rest assured that there is a true omen here, that there isn't an 11 of Swords with an even worse message. It starts over. And all of the Swords are pretty intense. Suit, they really, you're going to start fresh. You're going to have a clean mind. You're not going to be plagued by whatever this is. So yeah, let's see 2 more, let's see a little bit more about you and your current status or state of being. Ace of Pentacles. I'll talk about that in a second. And the 10 of Pentacles. So you've definitely been, although maybe from a romantic aspect or something to do, like your heart's been hurting, you've been kind of mind fucked over something, you've been slightly tormented, whatever that is, I do feel like there's this other aspect of your life which is actually not only taking off but doing quite well, or you at least have the like wherewithal that you have a lot to be thankful for. Like things are really good. Maybe they're not killing it in regards to like but you have a lot to be thankful for. Let's put it that way. So I would say that you currently, although there's something that you're going through and it's hard and it's icky and it's probably something that's caused you a lot of pain and you've cried over it a lot, other parts of your life are starting to take off. And that's what I see with the Ace of Pentacles. There's this hope. There's this building. This is like you are the beginning of something. Something's going to start happening. But the Ten of Pentacles, which is also the like pinnacle of this suit, is very much to say like things are good for you in a lot of ways. So maybe this is here to like remind you that, maybe you already know that, and this is kind of like a confirmation of like good for you for like practicing that gratitude and for really staying tuned into that, because I won't say as a result of that, I don't think that's the only reason that you're going to see happiness and love, but I think it definitely opens your mind up to this and this door, and I really think you are going to see this happiness and love, which I think, given what I'm seeing in front of me, would probably be a very like welcome message. And perhaps you want this even more than anything to say you have career success. Because I do think, if I'm getting the message right, from a career speaking standpoint, financially, security in your job, whatever that is, I think you're doing just fine. You might be doing great, actually. Like things are, and this is relative, you know, if you're 22, I'm not saying you made your first million, but I think you're probably doing pretty good. Like you're on the path, you're doing good, you're killing it for what it's worth. And if you're older and more established, I think things are going quite well for you. So you're probably here and relieved that you saw a message about happiness and love coming to you this fall. And it's unique because the last three piles before you had a very strong message of like career success and money coming to them. And you know, money, it's like, don't wish that was your pile, because it really almost always had the vibe of like starting out and, you know, you will see success from this venture you're starting or something along those lines. So I think this is a really beautiful, and it's actually been a pretty unique message. So let me see, just asking, what can you look forward to this fall? What is something you can look forward to? And we have the Six of Cups. I guess that upside down. No, Six of Cups. The Empress, pardon me. I do like the Tower, but I love the Empress. And the Seven of Swords. So you can look forward to, there is this kind of, this simple pleasure, this, what made you happy as a child is going to make you happy again. But really, I think there's this, just this simplicity, this like kind of beautiful stillness, this quiet, this thing that you really want. I really think you're going to find happiness here. And this to me is absolutely a card of happiness. And it just goes with this. It's just more confirmation of like, you really can look forward to happiness. And whatever this means for you, it's coming to you in the Six of Cups cards, and you're going to feel it. It's not just like something's going to happen that should make you happy. Like this is the card to say you will actually feel happy. It won't necessarily just be an event that should produce that emotion. You'll actually feel it. The Empress card, this is so much a card of like strong, secure earth energy. There's a beauty here. There's an abundance. There's this like stepping into that energy, owning it, claiming it, just being it. So this is like you, again, it's so happy. It's so like supple. There's such a fecundity here. There's such an abundance. So very much a card to speak to that abundance, but also to that like straight up, this is absolutely a card of sensuality, sexuality, like connection. It's just this, it is the card of the deck to be like, this is that dead sexy energy, that oozing of like pheromones, whatever it is, like you will be on point if this is what you want. If there's someone you're trying to like catch the attention of, if you're in a relationship and you want like next level, I just think embodying this energy is everything. So if this does track for you and you're intrigued by it and you don't know about the Empress, if you don't already know, about tarot, then if you research the Empress card, I think you'll be very happy to see that this is your energy and what you can look forward to. And Seven of Swords, I have to look at this as fun, because this is kind of a card of like a trick. There's some not trickery, but it's like a trickster. It's a fun, or at least for this vibe, this energy, it's fun. There's a playfulness. There's this kind of like fun, like, I will say just playfulness. And I don't know what this means for you, but like maybe the person that you're really like is, maybe they are kind of like punchy and fun, and you have this banter, and it's kind of like, somehow this excites you. Somehow this is something that speaks to you. Like maybe things have felt stagnant. Maybe you haven't felt like alive, or you haven't felt that desire to like kind of like have a little conflict, or like maybe this could represent like healthy fighting, or playing like fun, playful, kind of like sexy tricks on each other or something. There's a funness, there's a fun element to this card. And I do think it's you kind of like getting engaged, just activating that part of your mind for fun and playfulness and enjoying it. But it is a fun, I won't say it again, but there's something fun about this. And again, that is this happiness. Like things are going to be really uplifting for you. So I want to see in one card, like what's in store for you? What's something amazing happening for you? Like, let's see your near future in one card. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. And although this card, it's hard to really put this card with love. However, I can do it because I can say this is a card of like putting work in. And I will say that you want that work that you put in to pay off. You want to see it get you somewhere. You want to know that like this baby of yours that you've been like working on and growing is, and I don't mean an actual baby, but like, you know, a project of sorts. But this could be your relationship. This could stand for your relationship. It's going somewhere. There's something happening here. There's this kind of, there's this next steps, but it is because of the work you've put in. And I think you've put work in, and maybe this is the work you've put in on yourself. Maybe this is like your own journey. Like you've been on this journey. You've been working hard in so many different ways. But I think things are going to start to pay off for you. And I'm going to get these two cards that are kind of like, what's a sign for you to know? And this is happiness and love and relationships and romance. Like what's a sign that things are going to start really happening for you? Okay, here we go. We have Dragon and Beware of Self-Delusion. So I will get another one because this is kind of funny. But I've been taking these signs literally as like if you see a dragon, not in real life, but in some capacity, I don't know, in some way, and you feel like a connection to it, or if it like really made you stop and think, it gave you a pause, that could be a sign that like this happiness in your love space and your romantic energy could start taking off. You could start seeing this happen. Whatever this is, it could be someone new coming into your life. It could be something happening with the person that's already in your life. It could be like, I don't know, maybe it means that like a child is going to be getting engaged and this meant everything. I don't know, but it is absolutely something to do with a very, very like strong, positive affirmation and like true, real happiness. And it does have to do with love. And I just think it's whatever capacity you want. But yes, here we have a sign for a dragon and beware of self-delusion. And I guess if you find yourself questioning something or realizing that maybe something was like inflated somehow or over the top or excessive, if you kind of come to those thoughts or realizations, I do think it's a sign that this next positive thing is going to be like revealing itself. And it's, you know, it's a stretch, but I'm not sure what else to make of it, but that's the message there. And I'm going to get one more. This is going to be like a gift from spirit, and hopefully it's more positive than the dragon. Okay, dog barking, advice from a friend. You know, it's funny because, you know, when you get these kind of messages, there's something to it. Your reading is beautiful. It's positive. There's nothing negative about it. But the last bits of kind of like gifts or information or like asking spirit directly for a message, there is something here about like, I don't want to go so far as to say a warning, but an awareness. Like all of a sudden you're more keen to something. You're more tuned into something. And this is advice from a friend. And we have dog barking. So it could be some kind of like, someone's calling something out, someone's bringing something to your attention, but also we have the barking dog. So you can get rid of the message, and maybe if there's like a barking dog where you really notice that the dog is barking, maybe that's a sign that this love and this happiness is going to start coming in. You're going to like directly see this. And feel this, whatever you want this to be. The barking dog could be kind of like a good, very good omen and a beautiful sign that this is going to start happening. So yeah, if you're waiting on this and this sounds intriguing and lovely and beautiful to you, then I hope this happens to you this fall. I have every reason to believe it will. And I do think you're going to be lifted and you really are going to find this happiness. And I hope it happens sooner than later. But these are 2 signs to look out for, the barking dog and the dragon. If you felt like you needed that. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope to read for you again. If you feel any way about this reading, please comment, like, subscribe, do whatever feels good, but I really welcome any kind of interaction or feedback possible. So thank you so much, and I wish you just a wonderful beginning to your fall. I hope to read for you before the end of fall. All right, bye.